Welcome back, everyone, to my Final Fantasy XIII HD walkthrough. We're playing on Chapter 10, single commentary throughout this entire chapter. I think, this goes up to Part 83, Set 10, so Part 84 should be when Brandon Goldstein should be returning. So between now and Part 84, single commentary with me, so yay! Anyway, in the last video, I did all the paradigm switching, and I keep everyone keep every one of the following: aggression, relentless assault, combat clinic, and try disaster. The other two I had, infiltration and protection, I believe. I'm going to get rid of those, and I actually replaced them with I changed one to espionage, which is synergist, saboteur. Saboteur, synergist. Hope is the saboteur. God damn it, Hope is the synergist, because he's the best synergist I have right now. And lightning and snow are the saboteurs. And the final paradigm I changed to is diversity, which is commando, Ravager, medic. Hope is the medic. Snow is the commando, and lightning is the Ravager. Reason being is because later on in the game I grind a shitload, and Snow turns out to have more strength than lightning, and not to mention I'm training Snow in strength, so that's why I gave Snow my commando. Lightning, I'm training her in both strength and magic, so she's neutral, but she's a really good Ravager, probably one of the best ones we have. And Hope is just a beast at magic, so I'm training him in magic, and he's a really good Ravager, a really good synergist, and a really good medic. So that is my lineup. Right now I'm using the other two paradigms that I changed already, they're not working out so well, so like in the first couple parts or fights you'll see me kind of struggling a little bit. But you can obviously change your party. This is just the ones that I think works best with this party and what I'm going for. Because like I said, I don't have a saboteur for this party, and that's very bad at this point in the game. You definitely need a saboteur. And it's funny because these enemies, honestly, are ripping me apart right now. And it's really kind of funny because in the previous chapters I was grinding my butt off, and I go to Chapter 10 and I'm getting my ass kicked. I'm like, holy shit, I thought it was fully upgraded. And I am, man. It's just kind of like, wow. Well, besides my weapons not being fully upgraded. By the way, Chapter 10, I thought it would give me a lot of CP out of battling a lot of people, and it doesn't. And I thought it would give me a lot of items to spend and buy stuff and get a lot of guilt. It doesn't. So this is just a warning. If you guys aren't on like previous chapters and not on Chapter 10 yet, and if you want to grind and get some weapon upgrades, definitely do it like in Chapter 9, because Chapter 10 gives you jack shit. Only reason why I managed to get a crap load of grinding done is because I did it for several hours, and towards later on in the set I'll tell you how long I exactly grinded before I moved on. And honestly, I cannot believe I did it, but I did. And that was actually in the beginning I wanted to do it, but I had no idea it would take this long. So I think around Part 81, I think 81 is where I tell you how much I do. So between now and that part, I'll tell you. There's a lot of stuff coming up in this part, so stay tuned. So what's going on so far in the story, Chapter 10 wise? I could be wrong. Please correct me if I am wrong, because the last thing I want to do is mislead people. But I believe what's going on right now is that, well, first off, we escaped the Palmecia. We obviously rescued Snow and Zaz, and god damn it, Vanille and Zaz, and my foot's itching really bad, and I'm gonna scratch it. Oh yeah. Okay, anyway, anyway, we saved Vanille and Zaz, and we rejoined, and we went to Daisley's, that Pope guy, and he turned out to be a Fal'Cie named Bartandalus, and there's a bug crawling on my computer. He's gone now. Poor bug. I blew him away with my powerful gust of air from my mouth. Anyway, that made any sense. Anyway, fillers. So we met Bartandalus, and he's pretty much shaping us into the tools of Cocoon's destruction. I believe he purposely sent us to this place called the Fifth Ark. And someone's invited me to an Xbox Live party. That's my friend Blue Ranger. Great guy, if you know what I mean. Anyway, I'm not gay, by the way. I'm sure a lot of you are convinced that I am gay now that I said that. Moving on, he sent us to this place called the Fifth Ark, and I believe it's a testing ground for l'Cie. So if I'm correct, Bartandalus sent us to the Fifth Ark so he could train us for Cocoon's destruction. That's my theory on the Fifth Ark. It's this hidden thing in Eden. We are technically in Eden right now, but we're like in an unknown part of Eden. This is all from Grand Pulse. So Daisley is training us to become stronger. That way, when we get out of this place and go to Eden and go to the center to destroy Cocoon, we'll be ready. That's exactly, I believe, what's going on. I could be wrong, though. If I am, please correct me. So there's a cut coming up here right now. That was a cut. If you didn't see that, I just cut the video. Probably couldn't see it because I edited it so that way you couldn't see it. But I did cut the video because I cut it because I got another message from my friend, so I decided to just cut it out. And it was just pretty much me going to the dashboard and disabling notifications, which turns off. Like if someone goes online or someone sends me a message, or if I get an achievement, it won't pop up on my screen. It will be in my message box, but it won't pop out. So I turned that off because I honestly don't like getting those during walkthroughs. It bugs the hell out of me. And I usually remember, but I guess I forgot that one time. That's why Mr. Blue Ranger sent me a friend request. So damn you, Blue Ranger! What is wrong with you? Just kidding. Maybe I am not. That made no sense. So really fast, I'm going really slow through this part because later on in the game I do grind for several hours and I go back and forth between this area, and it took me like literally maybe 5 minutes to get like in and out of this entire place. Now it's taking me like an entire video to get in and out of this place. So as you can see, like grinding does help, and I know you don't have to grind, but I mean, what the hell else would you do? Would you keep going forward and skip all the enemies, or just, you know, not fight as many enemies and not level up, you know? Would you just keep going, and, you know, the fights are going to get super mad hard, and you're eventually going to have to grind eventually, or upgrade your weapons. But I mean, I know grinding sucks. It does, especially when you grind for several hours like I did. But really, I mean, this is a Final Fantasy game. This is a goddamn Japanese role-playing game. You have to grind, or else you're screwed. You don't have to grind, but you're pretty much fucked if you don't, or you're going to have like a very hard time doing it. And if you guys hear any background noise, that's the highway, because my house lives next to the highway, but I like it a lot. I've grown up here. I've lived here for 17 years, soon to be 18. And I have no problem with it. I'm talking about random shit. So, you know, I thought I had a lot of stuff to talk about, but it turns out I don't, and I have to talk about a bunch of other shit. I think the benefit of doing dual commentary with Brandon, or just dual commentary in general, is that you have stuff to talk about, because if you don't know what to talk about, then some other guy knows what to talk about, then you converse. If you don't know what to talk about, if you both don't know what to talk about, that really happens, but sometimes it does. I mean, it's easy to start a conversation with two people or more. I guess I'll elaborate more on why I want to do single commentary. I do like it. Dual commentary is kind of a hassle, because, I mean, it's kind of hard to get this guy. For example, Brandon is doing his stuff. I mean, he hasn't dedicated his entire life to doing dual commentary with me. He's not my slave. He's not my sex slave, which made no sense. Yeah, Brandon's my sex slave that never gives me sex. Why did I say that? I don't know. I got that from Zoop Soul, by the way. Yeah, Brandon has a life of his own, obviously. I mean, I know that dual com isn't like the most important thing in the world, and it's like, oh my god, dual com is so important that Brandon has to dedicate his life. Brandon has his own shit, but does his own crap, his own life, you know. And I do my own life, obviously, because I'm living right now. And it's kind of hard to get dual commentary. It's a little hassle to get all this stuff arranged, and sometimes I just don't really feel like talking at all. But if I want to do single commentary, I can just pop in my mic and go at it. With dual commentary, I have to wait for Brandon to get online. I have to put on Skype, have to get all that crap set up. I mean, it's not hard at all, but it's just a little time-consuming here and there. And I really hope this entire video isn't just me going, anyway, you know. Probably is. But we will evolve from this and get better. That was very cheesy. I hope we have more stuff to talk about. Right now, my body's itching like freaking mad. I don't know if this guy's ever happened to you, but sometimes when I'm when it's really humid outside, my body will start to itch, and it feels like I have poison ivy, and then like I'll scratch it, and like when you get poison ivy, you get like those lumps on your body or like skin, and I get those fucking lumps, and I'm like, what the hell? I haven't gone into the woods at all. I haven't touched poison ivy. Is like poison ivy like aerial now? Does it like float through the air? Like, is it invisible poison ivy? I never get poison ivy ever, and sometimes it just, I mean, like right now my foot, the bottom of my left foot and the top of my right foot is itching like freaking mad right now. And I'm going to go scratch it. I was going to wait out the entire video, but we have like 3 minutes left, and there's no fucking way that I can wait it out, so I'm going to scratch it right now. I don't know. It's just me. Also, random quote. I was actually going to talk about this in a James Klim production video, and I might as well later. But whenever I take a shower, for some reason, I always forget, and this has been recently, like before I never did this, but I always forget to bring a towel. I'll bring my clothes, I'll bring my new pair of boxers, underwear, shirt, pants, maybe socks. I'll, get dressed, or I'll have all that stuff there, my shampoo, conditioner, body wash, everything, soap. I'll be ready to go, and I take a shower, and then I'm about to get out, and I'm like, oh, fuck, I forgot my towel to wipe off. I always forget the goddamn towel. I remember everything else, but I recently have been forgetting the towel every time. I think like twice out of like 30 times I've forgotten the goddamn... twice out of 30 times that I've forgotten the towel, twice I remember to bring the towel, 20 out I forgot the towel. I don't know why I forget the towel, but I do. Anyway, yeah, that took up like a minute of space. This is a long goddamn video, man. Holy shit. I can't wait for cutscenes. God damn it. Sometimes it's even hard for me to talk with dual commentary when we do completely pure gameplays. If it's like Halo 4 talk, major Halo 4 talk in Chapter 9 we did, that was epic. Because for a solid 40 minutes we talked about Halo 4, and it was not a concern at all. Not a problem. But as you can see, I'm by myself, and it's kind of a little difficult. So maybe part 76 and onward will be a much better experience. I'm not going to try to go back to Chapter 4. That was awful. But yeah, I already explained my theory on Chapter 10 already. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think that's it. So, how much time? We're at like 11 minutes and 35 seconds right now. We got like 3 minutes left. Holy fuck, man. It's getting really dark out here, too. So this level is actually really short compared to Chapter 9. But it is a beautiful level. I think that's another reason why I want to do a single commentary, because the level is so damn beautiful. I just wanted to experience it by myself. No offense, Brandon. It's just a gorgeous level. The music, oh my god, the music is amazing. The opening track to this level is godly. I love it. And I have it on my iPod too. I have the Final Fantasy XIII soundtrack on my iPod. I have a little bit of the sequel on my iPod, 13-2. I got the trailer on my iPod. I got the original soundtrack of Final Fantasy XIII on my iPod. Not the one that has like 83 songs, but the one that has like 15 songs. That was the alpha version of the soundtrack. And I also have a piano version of the soundtrack. Includes 10 songs. Got all that stuff off iTunes. You can buy it off iTunes. You can also buy the full soundtrack off iTunes for I think like $80, but I'm pretty sure no one's going to do that unless they're really, really rich. But then again, I don't think rich people would do that. But I could be wrong. Oh, this is where I changed up my paradigms. Is this the part where I changed it up to be great? We'll find out. I want to see if I change it. Come on, change it. Change infiltration and what is that called? Protection? Oh, yeah, no. I put diversity there. Okay, good. I got rid of protection or whatever the hell that one was. Change, yeah, like right here I'm thinking, hey, which one should I, what should I change infiltration to? I think this is where I change it, hope to a synergist. Come on. There we go, espionage. Fuck yes. Those are my paradigms that I have. Those are the ones you want to keep, in my opinion, for this party. And, by the way, I switch Tri-Disaster and Espionage because, in my opinion, I don't know, it kind of feels better for me to have Tri-Disaster below Aggression. It's a much easier for me, just to switch it out. Like, the top three are like my attacking paradigms, and the bottom three are like my defensive / healing / magic paradigms, like debuffing and buffing. So, yeah. And I'm actually really disappointed because Hope does not learn haste until the next Crystarium expansion, which is at the very end of Chapter 11, which is bullshit. Because Zaz learned it in like Chapter 4. Like, what the fuck? I think that's bogus, But that's just my opinion. Anyway, we're coming down to the end of this video. Holy crap, that was a long part. Thank you guys for watching my Final Fantasy XIII HD walkthrough. Stay tuned for parts 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, and all the other awesome parts coming up. Like I said, single commentary throughout set 10, and dual com will be returning in Chapter 9, Chapter 11 with Mr. Brandon Goldstein. So my goal is to get all these set 10 videos out before I go to Tulsa, Oklahoma, which is this Thursday, and today's Tuesday, so I better hurry my ass up. So I'll see you guys later in the next video. Goodbye, my friends.